Hey, fifth grade, now we're going to learn about tiling rectangles to find the area. I know you've probably never heard something like this before, but it's basically like we just did, finding, multiplying mixed numbers together, and then we're just going to add an extra step to it. So we know when we find the area, we do the length times the width. That's going to be our first step. Let's look at our problem. My bathroom is 10.5 feet by 5 feet. The tiles that I want to put in my bathroom are 1/2 foot by 1/2 foot. How many tiles do I need for my bathroom? Well, the first step that we need to do is to find the area of this bathroom. How much space are we trying to cover? It told me that my length was 10.5, and it told me that my width of my bathroom was 5. So before we can even start thinking about how many tiles we need to think how much space do we want to cover. I chose to find this using the traditional method, multiplying the length times the width. What I mean by that, I had 10.5. I chose to use the clock method. I did 2 times 10 and got 20. Plus 1 and got 21 over 2. That's why I have 21 over 2 times there. Right there. Times your width, just a regular 5. I just put my 5 over 1. So, I'm finding my area. So far, I have converted my mixed number into an improper fraction. I've put my whole number over 1. I'm ready to multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. 21 times 5 equals 105. 2 times 1 equals 2. So my area for my bathroom is 105 over 2. We need to turn that back into a mixed number. 2 goes into 105 52 times with 1 left over. That's why I have 1 over 2 because my denominator always stays the same. So what I did here is I just multiplied my length times my width, and I found that my bathroom is 52.5 square feet. That's how much space that I need to cover with my tile. The next step that I need to figure out is we're kind of working towards how many tiles we need now. So, if our tiles were each 1 whole square foot, they were just a regular square foot for each tile, of course, we would need 52.5 of them. But the problem is my tiles are 1/2 foot by 1/2 foot length and width. So we're going to find the area of each tile as well. We do that just like we just did here, multiplying the length times the width. So we did 1/2 for the length times 1/2 for the width, and we found out that each one of our tiles in our bathroom are 1/4 is the area of each one. So one tile isn't going to cover a whole square foot. It's going to only cover 1/4 of a square foot. So what we ask ourselves is, because they're not equal to 1 whole square foot, how many of these tiles do we need to equal a square foot? Well, how many times do you have to add 1/4 together to get a whole square foot? 4. So now that we know that there need to be 4 tiles to equal each whole square foot, now we can multiply 4, because 4 tiles are equal to 1 square foot, by our total amount of square feet in the bathroom, which is 52.5. So same thing we've been doing here. When we multiply a mixed number by a whole number, use our clock method, and when we do 2 times 52 plus 1, we get 2 times 52 is 104, plus 1 is 105, keep the denominator the same. Times 4, put that over 1. When you multiply 105 times 4, you get 420. Multiply straight across the bottom, 2 times 1 and get 2. 420 divided by 2 gives you your answer of 210 tiles needed for the bathroom. Again, all we did here, we found the total area of our bathroom. It was 52. We did length times width to find the area of our bathroom. It was 52.5 square feet. That's how much space we needed to cover. The problem came in when each of our tiles were not 1 whole square foot. If they were, of course we would only need 52 and a half of those 1 square foot tiles to cover the whole space. But they weren't. They were only 1/2 square foot by 1/2 square foot. So we had to think first, how many of those tiles do we need for each one of the 52 and a half square feet to cover the bathroom? Because they were only equal to 1/4 for each one. When we added them all together, we asked ourselves, how many times do we have to add 1/4 to equal that whole square foot that we're looking for? It was 4 times. That's why we multiplied 52 and a half times 4 and got our answer of 210 tiles to cover our bathroom.